Hey, hey, hey. How's everybody doing tonight? Can you hear me okay? What is up, Pinwriter? Scouting Spartan. Welcome back, y'all. Thank you, Robert, for the good luck wish there. Let's hope we stay alive yet another stream here. Can y'all hear me okay? I was thinking about going to grab my phone just to do a little audio test, but I've yet to get up out of my seat to do that. Okay, sweet, sweet. Thanks, Spartan. All right. All right, so here we go. Sombra is level 8. We're soaring to all new heights here. We've successfully fled the province of Wayrest. I believe the bounty hunters will still be on our tail. But we will no longer have the guards constantly chasing us like we had in Wayrest as soon as we enter a province. That's pretty cool. What else are we up to? Oh yeah, we have a couple of quests that are ongoing. Let's see, the shield job. Did I already do this one? They received a contract to frame an enemy of one of our clients. The thieves go into plant the Indul set at the Mastercroft residence in Mastersley Hall. Alright, we need to complete this job without getting caught. The client expects the deed to be done in 3 days. Okay. That's one of the things. I think we're already here, yeah. And after this, we have to go to... let's see, there's an Atronach wandering around the Restless Stag Hostel in the Gavaudon, so those are our two, like, main quest goals right now for just advancing our, like, what do you call it, our factions and things like that. Let me get my little document page set up over here. But honestly, these dungeons are all calling my name. These are way too far away, like the ruins of Tower Hoxton, but all these... dungeons, like, they symbolize opportunity. They have like opportunities for, like, yeah, danger first and foremost, I guess, but opportunities for wealth, exploration, money, leveling, all this good stuff. This is the one that we were in for a while before we ended the stream last time. We might end up going back there, but it's just so sketchy going to Wayrest because, like, the heat, what can I say? It's just the heat. But yeah, let's get started without further ado. And we're gonna go to it's a certain... Hold on. Struggling to use the quest log there. There we go. Oh, we still have this bounty quest open. That's kind of nice that it doesn't expire. The Mastercroft residence. Alright, so I wonder if anybody will tell us where that is. You know, we should probably just, like, rest and get a little bit of stamina back before doing anything else, but maybe we can get this on our map. Yeah, so what have y'all been up to since our last stream? What have I been up to since our last stream? I'm thankful that, you know, in IT support, this is usually a pretty slow week. You know, it's like... most people are out of office, and so I have Thursday and Friday off of work because of Thanksgiving. And I really, really enjoy having a little less pressure to have my nose to the grindstone. All right, this guy doesn't want to talk to me. Listen, I ain't got time for this. Why don't you kiss off, Sombra? Hey, I'm not that hated in this area, right? Although I'm just kind of hated in general, I guess. Oh, this guy's gonna... All right. We have the place on our map. It's not this one, but this big red one. Yeah. So we're gonna wait until it's Maybe not exactly nighttime, but it would make sense to do this whenever it's dark, right? But I want to... This area is so pretty. I want to get a lay of our lands. Where's it? It's thaumaturgy? T? Yeah. Yeah, it's just so cool playing Daggerfall. Look at this. Kind of a bird's eye view of the area. There's the road leading. Which way does it go? Let's see. It's going northeast. And then there's a road that goes west, it looks like. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Really beautiful stuff. There used to be a mod, it's no longer compatible with World of Daggerfall, called Eroded Terrain, that would create these huge pillars, and those were kind of, not pillars, but like crags, and those were fun to stand on top of and get your lay of the land for. I had a character who really liked climbing. It's from my debut video, Wades and Reeds. I would like climb up there and rest, and I would still get enemy encounters, and so it was kind of like I was standing up there waiting to get challenged and things like that. It was really cool. But yeah, I really like the sort of natural beauty that some of the mods add to the game. And a lot of it is inherent to the game too. Gotta call that out. The mods do a lot of heavy lifting here. So it's 3 o'clock. We want to rest about 6 hours. Get a good little cat nap in. Pun intended, I guess. Before we get our hood rat stuff on. So we're officially not like, we're not wanted in this area, and that's like a pretty good thing. I'm gonna see if we're warm enough without that being on. So I'm hoping this goes well. I don't want to be wanted in this area as well as Wayrest, although I doubt we'll spend a lot of time in Gavaudon, so I guess we could slip into our Khajiit suit, but this is like our, yeah, we'll slip into the Khajiit suit and put on the, yeah, we're back into our operative clothing, basically. We can drop these arrows. Doing a little bit of housekeeping here. We don't have any food for the road, which kind of sucks. Maybe we can steal some. Okay, let's get, sure, whatever that food is. Okay, I believe it's this one over here. And we will use our sugar lumps. Yo, what's up, freaking Noid? Marvin Marv, welcome back. Okay, this should be the place. Again, that song by the Talking Heads comes to mind. This is the Mastercraft resident. Dropping the adults of somewhere around will be enough to frame the owner. Okay, let's be careful and let's just use true invisibility. And we will put it like over here by the bed. Like he's keeping it tucked away under his pillow. You take the indulcet from your pack and carefully place it where the guards will find it. The deed is done. Okay. Well, you know, anything that I can steal from you while I'm here. So apparently this invisibility spell does not take a lot of mana. Magicka. Where do you think the terminology for mana being used to represent magic points came from? It seems like a kind of weird thing, like, you know, the grain that falls from heaven. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call that like what you use to cast spells. Like, where did they come up with that? Was Diablo the first game that did that, or was Diablo getting the word mana from a previous game? I don't know. Alright, our horse is invisible too, it looks like, based on that little texture. Okay, so I wonder if we need to go back and turn this quest in. Yeah, we do. The Restless Stag Hostel is 2 days away. I guess we gotta go back to Mastersley Hall or to, the client expects this job to be done in 2 days. Yeah, Religion for Breakfast has a video on that? Man, that's awesome. I love that guy's channel. I can't figure him out. You know what I mean? Like, based on his very, very early stuff, you know, he's always, like, in around Athens talking about Paul and stuff like that. And I'm like, is this guy like a really devoted like Protestant person? Is he just a biblical scholar? Is he Catholic? I don't know. He does a very good job, I think, of like presenting information without any bias whatsoever. Yeah, I really like that channel though. So is the Wicksmith farmstead where we're going here for the other quest? I'm stupid, having a hard time navigating the menus here. Yeah, he seemed to do religion for breakfast. Seems like he did like a lot of biblical scholarship to start off with, but now he's like such a well-established content creator that he can talk about any sort of like religion, mysticism, like mythology, and he'll get tons and tons of views. It's really cool. I don't watch this stuff religiously, but this channel is really good. The Restless Stag Hostel. Let's see where that is. Yo, it's like off the map. Are we not viewing the whole province? That's kind of weird. But anyway, we will need to go back and just turn the quest in. I'm kind of in the mood for just fast traveling. We'll see. A casual cloak offers little warmth, but am I suffering from the cold, you know? That's really what I want to know. I guess we'll see whenever we get started, because I don't have another formal cloak on me. I wonder if the dress will give me better warmth. Okay, yeah. Sweet. Paranoid quick save, and off we go. We're going to try to get to this road over here before doing anything else. Yeah, I'm not even sure, like, how many dungeons are there to be found in a province this small, you know what I mean? Oh, my stomach is rumbling already. That sucks. It's going to be really slow going if we are needing to stop to rest on our stamina all the time. Okay, we've arrived on our destination. Candle? Oh, look at that. And we need to go north. This looks like the way. Oh, we need to go. The road or the map is kind of misleading. Okay, here we go, here we go. Okay, we failed to avoid an encounter. Is this like an actual encounter? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's pick a fight. We got basic shields. We got, let's get some zaps going. Oh, what did I cast? I cast basic shield again. We might be too low on Magicka to really pick these guys off. Save versus spell made. Man. This sucks. I can't fight anything. Save versus spell made means... Okay, I got one of them at least. I wonder if... Yeah, I didn't think I would be able to pacify them, but I wanted to try just because... Man, it's hard now that... Even though I have Moodex installed, which is like... It's ultimately a mod that's going to... prevent level scaling. Humanoid enemies have always scaled with you. And I think that is the case even with Moodex installed. So it's kind of a bummer, because all of the humanoids are getting to have such a high like wisdom stat that they are resisting my stuff, bro. They're resisting our spells. It makes it kind of hard to fight them. We're just going to grab some of this guy's loot. Hey, what's up, Davizera? Yeah, the cat girl is kind of really good. The save versus spell occurs frequently. It makes it a bit broken. So in the last stream, Cosmi reminded me that spells that do damage over time will cause them to make multiple saving throws, and so that might help us to get by. Let's just get in his face and see if we can make something happen, because I really want this campsite. It's pretty cool. And I don't think, the famous last words, I don't think this is that dangerous. And we do have... yeah, okay, we got him. Yeah, we have this like magic robes. Holy relic is pretty good. Oh, an apple. Yo, that's really good. Yeah, this is a beautiful little... Okay, well, the severed heads on sticks are kind of... I mean, they do give it the bandity vibe, but if we get past that, yeah, this whole part is really, really awesome. Is this the World of Daggerfall mod? I'm guessing that's WOD that did this. It's really cool. Let's go ahead and... Damn, did I use up my sugar lumps? Is that what's happening? Because this is like the second time where I find myself with no sugar lumps. I wonder if it's just like, the durability is all done, you know what I mean? Did not consider that. Alright, well, let's go ahead and rest until we're fully healed. Yeah, I hear it. Streetwise running alteration blunt weapon. Yeah, the severed heads definitely gives us, you know, it feels like home with the severed heads here. Let's hit that quick save button. Alright, we're going to eat an apple, which should invigorate us. And we will see what adventure comes our way while we travel. I kind of passed an adventure there a second ago. My stomach rumbles, my casual cloak's getting worn out. Hey, J. James. Justinus, welcome. Justinus, the mod has got to be World of Daggerfall. I'm just assuming this looks like a similar structure here. In fact, what if we dismount and go try to pick somebody off? Or are these just rocks? These might just be rocks. James, about making a roleplay build that you really, really like. It's difficult to articulate some. I guess I don't want to say you know it whenever you see it, because that's kind of a cheap answer there. I guess one way to look at it is that instead of thinking of it as a build, like with the mechanics defining the character, try to think of some goals to define the character first. Like, think of it as a character with an arc first and a build with skills secondarily. And then, you know, if you have some imagery in mind that has to be conveyed by skills, I get it, but that's a distinction that I think is helpful, is thinking of these things as like characters with narratives wrapped into them first, and then like having a build aspect of it kind of secondarily. And the build is really there, like the skills you select and the advantages are in a way they're in service of the narrative that you're trying to create. For example, we have a phobia to humanoids because we are kind of agoraphobic. And what else do we have here? Forbidden material silver was a suggestion from chat because we are we're not exactly a lycanthrope, but we are nervous around holy things. We get rapid healing in darkness, which is something I need to utilize more often, and we get damage from holy places. All of these things, like, they provide very, very minor gameplay effects, but the narrative impact is pretty cool. So I would say to like have a sort of top-down design for your character, starting with what you think their goals would be, why they're adventuring to begin with, and things like that. And you know, if you get bored with them too often, then just, you know, delete your save file whenever your character dies, and then you'll always be titillated over every little encounter. You don't have to go full Ironman style to create that kind of tension, though. There are other ways to, you know, force some tension in your run. For example, if you were like, make a save game in a town before going on a quest, and then if your character like dies while trying to complete the quest, then you forfeit that quest and you reload to the save. And you know, it's like a timeline thing where your character got butchered. Yeah, it can be tricky though with these games to maintain the motivation. I'm just kind of in a, I don't know, I've got a good one rolled up, basically. Yeah, I also like to use randomization to help keep things fresh instead of doing explicitly what I like to do. You know, roll some dice to determine the race, the gender. You can even like roll some dice to determine what class or archetype you're following, and then just kind of, you don't have to play the default class is what I'm trying to say. You can use that as sort of inspiration to determine what you'll do. You can also use actual tabletop role-playing supplements to help create your character. One that I really, really like is, what's it called? Worlds Without Number. It's kind of a, related to, what is it called? It's related to Stars Without Number. And it has a fantastic D20 chart that is, kind of simulates your character's backgrounds and things like that. Got a little bit of gold for turning that quest in. And the backgrounds that you're rolling for are independent of the character class. And that sort of thing is really, really cool to me. Sometimes I'll roll the background from World Without Number just for fun for one of these characters. Hey, what's up, Lunar? A good way to think of it is not as a game, but as a secondary world to think of the character and where they fit in, and just allow yourself to be immersed in their mind. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, these are really, like, whenever you're playing this kind of game, the story, not necessarily the story created by the developer, but the stories that happen to your character are almost more important than what happens on your character sheet, you know what I mean? Do we have enough gold to do some training? We have, whoa, okay, a lot of this is in the letter of credit. We have 1,000 gold in cash, and we got like 2,000 gold. What is up, Panos? Welcome back. We probably could get some training, but is there anything that we really want to get from the Thieves Guild? Like any training services we really need? Spy Master would be cool. I think he put stuff on our map. Hey, what's up, Seth? Monday night stream indeed. We fought hard for it, I tell you. And by fought hard, I mean I asked very kindly for my wife to put Hudson down so that I could have some time for this. Took a lot of humility. Yeah, what could we level up here? We might save our money for Mages Guild training. Unless there's something we really... Destruction, Alteration, Mysticism. Wow, Destruction's at 70. That's pretty cool. Blunt Weapon, Dodging, Illusion. Honestly, training Blunt Weapon would be so huge, but I don't think we have access to that. Our Running and Stealth are really high, too, for just miscellaneous skills. Oh, Blunt Weapon. It's huge. All right. Oh, look, I fell. I dropped to the ground completely exhausted. I should rest before I train. Although, okay, I was actually going to pass time to simulate the training, but you only do that in Morrowind and Oblivion. It's the time passing element is already embedded in this game. Got that weird light shining under me again. Hey, what's up, Cosmi? Spartan, does she ever watch my content? I don't think so. This isn't really her thing. She'll come in and she'll leave a like and sometimes a comment for the algorithm. But not much else besides that. Now, that's gonna make it seem like it might make it seem like, I have a wife who's not very supportive of this or of my content in general, but she is one of the 2 humans on Earth who will read whatever I write, despite how cringy and unpolished it may be, and will give me good feedback for it. So, let me see. Yeah, that's all I was trying to say about the, my wife being supportive of the content. Is even though she's not into fantasy necessarily, she'll read the fantasy stuff that I write, and that's pretty cool. I wonder if anybody else is experiencing that delay, Lunar, and if so, if there's something I can do about it. I'm not exactly sure. Just keep your eyes peeled. Everybody in the chat, let me know. And I'll see what I can figure out there. I've got pretty much the best connection I can muster, which is not impressive, but it is what it is. Okay, it's 7. Yeah, let's go back to the Thieves Guild and do some more training. Because getting some blunt weapon up is going to help us a lot, especially... Man, I love that we can level up blunt right now. Like, the fact that our... Yeah, the fact that our spells are being resisted by humanoids so often, it kind of makes... It puts a premium on being able to actually whack a person with the blunt weapon once in a while. Oh no, hold on. That was skullduggery again. I'm not robbing. It's a Thieves Guild. Man, it would be bad if I got the cops called on me to go into the Thieves Guild. I'm gonna try going in here again. If the cops get called on me for entering the Thieves Guild at night, I might just reload the game, like turn the game off and turn it back on. Because I feel like it shouldn't be happening like that. It was very exciting whenever it happened at Wayrest. We came up with a little narrative about false allegations and things like that, but I really not want to deal with that this whole time. Oh, he's 6 hours before I can train again. Sweet. Okay, well, I'll come back tomorrow. Yeah, I think we'll rest here overnight. And then we will... Oh, we need some sugar lumps, actually. Mr. Susan, the best mages win without casting a single spell. What does that mean? Does it mean that you outsmart them and you bluff your way to victory? Oh, do you mean that you whack them on the head enough that they don't stand a chance? Hey, Chow. The mod is working very well ever since the latest update, which was like, I don't know, probably a year ago or something. However, this character does not, like, have that many language skills, so we're not using it that much. We do have necromancy as a skill, which will let us try to recruit, like, skeletons, ghouls, and things of that nature, which is pretty sweet. Now, y'all remind me, what did I come into this store for? Sugar lumps, of course. Sugar lumps. We need sugar lumps. Alright, what else we got? I'm glad that it's performing a little bit better for you, Lunar. Hope it stays that way as well. Do we want to sell anything? Grau H by Tidasis, alright. I thought we had like a holy symbol that we could sell here, but I guess not. Yeah, this looks like a pawn shop and not a general store, which I thought it was. Sugar lumps would be at the general store typically. You know, I'm about to buy all this food and then I'm going to like travel and it's all gonna go bad, so we might as well give up on that. Balina's Balm Scroll, it's kinda cute. Seeing a more low-level spell being advertised there. Okay, now we just go east. Hythlodius, welcome back. We've just turned in a quest for the Thieves Guild, and now we're just doing some, what are we trying to describe this? Some R&R, some resting and relaxation. I'm trying to train my blunt weapon by using the trainers of the Thieves Guild before we go off on our Mages Guild quest. So, them's the haps for now. The best wizards make secret wizard ale in their secret lairs using hops from the deep woods and with help from their little owls. Yeah, it's funny you should mention that. One time I was playing I was running a Dungeons and Dragons game. It was like 5th edition, and I had these like weird berries that they were basically a way for one of the gods to influence people, like through like chaotic impulses and things like that. And hey, Thank you so much, Davizera. I really appreciate the support there. Yeah, it's much appreciated. So this character, this druid in the party, kept eating these berries and hallucinating and feeling that like God's presence in them, and I was very clear that what they were doing is going to have that effect. And then they kept like bottling this stuff and making it into juice and trying like forcing people to drink the Kool-Aid basically without telling them what was going on. And he started being sort of the benefactor of this god without I don't know, with no pretense almost. And I came very close to giving this guy a level of warlock at his next level up instead of like his next druid level up. But I felt bad for taking that player agency from him, so I didn't do it. I think I should have in hindsight, because he was doing something really, really cool, like, and an accidental multi-class based on invoking a god too aggressively. Like, that sounds awesome. I regret not giving him a level of warlock, because that would have been so cool. Man, no sugar lumps. No sugar lumps to be found at all in this town. Oh, yo, sugar lumps and chalk. Now you're speaking my language. How are we doing on bandages? That's fine. Spartan, are you referring to like what's my favorite character to play in Daggerfall or tabletop RPGs or in general? I guess the answer's kind of the same in both of them. I like to play no magic thieves more than anything, because you have to use so much of like you have to use so much of your. Oh, you're right, Spartan. I could have just made that an event. Like, I guess I talked to him out of game about it. Like, hey, do you want this to happen? But I like the idea that god, after you're invoking his presence so much, like he's gonna force his will on you some. That kind of sounds weird, but that's how these gods don't play nice, you know. If it's the type of god that's going to make you like a warlock, you know what I mean? They're not going to be very kind about it. But anyway, yeah, Luna, that is basically what I ended up doing. I asked them out of game if it was okay. I think if I were to redo it, I would have forced the warlock level on them, and then if they did not like that and wanted to redeem themselves, they could repent. You know what I mean? Not in the say I'm sorry everyone meaning of repent, but the literal meaning of repent, metanoia, which is to change your ways, to change your direction. And then if they would have done that, then we would have just replaced that wizard level with a a druid level, like it usually would have been. But yeah, about your question about what's your favorite type of character or playstyle, like I really, really just like, I like no magic thieves. What can I say? Y'all ever read the like Fawford and Grey Mouser stories? I don't know how much I'd like them if I reread them, because anyway, they're kind of more pulpy than what my tastes are for these days. But I really like the idea of just having your wits and your resources to work with, being very cunning, using your inventory very judiciously, and yeah, you have to be very scrupulous, and it's cool. It's like that video that I made, the acrobatics aesthetic. That's like, the acrobat is unironically like one of my favorite archetypes you can muster in these games. This is also why I really like Robin from the Batman. Like, I like Damian Wayne, Richard Grayson, Jason Todd. Like, I love all those characters so much. And I think it comes from this, I don't know which came first, my love for those characters or my love for the acrobat aesthetic, but they're intertwined. Anyway, to narrate the game a little bit, you're surprised to see the ghostly figure of a little girl standing nearby, staring directly at you. She says nothing, only looking up at you with hollow eyes. You take another step, and the figure vanishes. Ooh. Hold up, let's get the candle spell going. I think we have to go west to get to the Thieves Guild. Alright, am I correct in that? I want to check my work. Yeah. All right, so there's some Sphincter Vision mod, which is a wonderful name, I agree, that makes the messages in combat reflect accurate spell resistance in regards to save. I think I've seen that mod, Cosmi, but am I incorrect if I think that it shows like every combat log, like, which in theory is good, and with certain mods it works well, right? So like if you swing and miss at a rat, it'll let you know that you whiffed. If you swing at a rat and you hit it, it'll let you know that you hit it. I like and dislike that. With my current mod setup where everything is integrated in one screen, I don't really like all the updates. But with, like, if you use Red Rory's Big Red HUD mod, where you have like a bunch of HUD elements on the right, left, and bottom side, and you have a specific window off screen, basically, or outside of the game visual, I don't know how to describe it, and the HUD elements where all that combat log info is stored. Like, that's pretty sick to me, but I like the full screen, so I don't use it. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm articulating it very well. Spells can be partially resisted, fully resisted, or whatever. So enemy resisted spell can mean it's from like 0 damage to 60%. Okay. You opt to show everything, specific things or nothings. Oh, okay. Alright, well, I might have to try that out, especially with this character. What does a Sphere of Negation do in this game? Blunt weapon. Yep. Alright. So this is cool. We got a couple blunt level ups. Yeah, we don't have enough cash on us to get another blunt level up. I think it's time for us to go do our Mage's Guild quest, and because I don't actually know where the like, I don't know where this thing is. I can't see it on the map. I'm just gonna do overland travel. Oh, instant kill AoE is what Sphere of Negation is. You just negate their existence. That's a funny way of phrasing it. Yeah, Lunar, what you're describing about how warrior types don't have, they just usually hit things. I think that's a weakness in a lot of like games like 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. Like, if you're not playing the Battle Master archetype, you just have so few actions to take. But in other editions, like, you know, BX or older games, then I still think that it's like playing a warrior is still really cool. That's just like, I have some bias toward that as well, though. Let's see where we're going. But yeah, what makes a character interesting is often what kind of meaningful actions do they have to take. Or if it's not that, it's going to be how much do you like the aesthetic of what they're doing. And I think the aesthetic element is why I like warrior characters so much. Like my Bogard playthrough, man. Like, we just sat there and we kicked and punched and we blew through the entire game. We gained a bunch of HP. The Restless Stag Hostel. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Freakanoid. I have read the original Conan the Stories by Robert E. Howard, right? Yeah, he's in a very similar vein of literature as, what am I trying to say? Fritz Leiber, the, Fall from the Grey Mouser author. They're like pulp fiction writers, and on the one hand, I really, really like those. I have to revisit them. Some of the Conan stories are kind of, they kind of read like television, you know what I mean? Like, it's just entertainment with nothing else. And then you find stories like Tower of the Elephant, I mean, which are just mind-blowing. Or there's that Solomon Kane story where he accidentally uncovers like ancient Assyria. Like, that one is awesome. Some of the things that Robert E. Howard did were fantastic. Alright, so summon the streets and Atronach wanders. You'll have to find it somehow. A very subtle enchantment lingers in the environment, likely due to the Atronach's wandering. Perhaps you could use that magic to your benefit to attract it to you. Do you want to try or wait for it to come to you? Yeah, let's try to find it. You start to work and manage to pull the flow of magicka toward yourself. Inhuman wailing hails the presence of the missing Atronach. Atronach. It stumbles toward you, recognizing the familiar tin. Oh, that's right. Leave me, it moans. We're gonna get a basic shield going. And we're gonna zap this guy. What can I say? We're gonna zap him, aren't we? With a single strike, the Atronach seems to have... Oh, oops, I forgot that we're not... I forgot it's coming back with us. If what Perictor Moorfield told you is true, it should follow the tin wherever you're given to it once it recovers. Now is the time to return to Gavaudon. Okay, I think I did it. It's kind of hard to say. Oh, you read Tower of the Elephant today? Yeah, that's that is kind of funny. Scouting Spartan, it does not surprise me to read that you like the warrior type the best. Yeah, I agree with you. There is some overlap between like magic and technology. Like you said, it's like a fantasy gun. Like I support that 100%. And here's the thing, man, guns are cool, and so that makes magic cool. And you know what I mean? Like that's hold on. Why can't I do? So I have this a homebrew setting that is based on, it uses Worlds Without Number as its base, and it actually has like magic guns in it. You have, I call them little volets. They're little like 1 inch by 1 inch cubes that radiate and pulse with certain energy, and you have these guns that look like basically granite with a bunch of lines and crevices going through them where the energy will get dispersed. And I called them raycasters, and you would put the volets into the raycaster and then use that kind of like a beam rifle. Or you could use the volets as explosives and things like that, but the volets were like little pieces of ammunition. Yeah, I like that harmony between technology, magic, and kind of like in Breath of the Wild, that sort of ancient technology being advanced magic, or advanced technology being ancient magic. I don't know, it's cool. With the pealing of thunder in the distance, you hear a call for help. A gaunt fellow in priestly robes speaks to you. Hello, I'm on my way to the town and I realized I forgot to return something to the resolution of Zen. Oh, come on. My buddy Gabe, he used to show me this one song that we listened to a lot whenever we were playing D&D and stuff like that. I don't remember the name of it, but it would go, violence rules, guns are cool, and we have guns in our schools. Violence rules, violence rules. Yeah. Violence rules, guns are cool, and we have guns in our schools, man. It doesn't get any better than that. It's such a cool song. Yeah, another really cool thing about the warrior types is that they are not isolated. Like, yeah, their game actions are sometimes isolated to just like gritting their teeth and being there and being tough and stuff like that. But on an aesthetic, and narrative level, they are often like, who can I compare it to? Like in the Fellowship of the Ring, Gandalf is clearly the leader, but he's also like this mystical guy who comes in and out of the group. And whenever he's not there, it's going to be Aragorn who leads the group. And so I think it's really cool whenever the melee of the group, he takes the role of like the commander of sorts. And if you're playing a game that allows tactics, like, and encourages it, then he can be who kind of helps orchestrate the tactics before the fight begins and things like that. Yeah. Yeah, Pinwriter, I'm assuming that you were the Artificer thing. It's referring to the Raycaster bit that I was talking about. That, I think that's a good way of looking at it. But Artificer, it can really apply to like advanced technology and advanced like magery. You know what I mean? There's like such strong overlap between technology and spellcasting that I'm kind of at a point where I don't think that there are any different. You know, you open your phone and you open up Instagram and like a spell is being cast on you. There's even like an algorithm spell that helps determine what the other spells are doing. And sometimes it's like a spell of lust whenever something sexy shows up that maybe you don't want to see at the time. Or sometimes it's a spell of rage whenever there's some political opinion that you don't agree with that is forced onto your eyes there. Sometimes it's like a spell of like Tasha's hideous laughter whenever something hilarious shows up. You know what I mean? Like there are spells that are being cast on us. There's one that might be cast on you right now because you're watching my stream. I don't know. You know, I actually don't think there's much difference between magic and technology. Maybe I should say like sorcery and technology. Maybe I shouldn't say that there is no difference, but there's a lot of overlap. Perhaps a more articulate and conservative way to put it. The Atronach's still a little addled, trundles in after you. Well, the proof is right here with you. Thank you, Sombra. It looks like it isn't seriously damaged. We know precisely what to do from here. Elizabeth Harsmith, if you please. A student uses a magic tool of some kind to lead the Atronach into a separate room, slight agonized wailing notwithstanding. Then follows a flash of light and the sound of something sizzling. Perictor Moorfield hands you the reward. Excuse me. With a kindly smile and turns to the other business. Isn't there a saying like any technology sufficiently complex is indistinguishable from magic? Yeah, I don't know if we have any Adventure Time enjoyers in here, but Adventure Time drew very close. It actually had this dialogue about the relationship between magic and technology quite often. And I remember sometimes Princess Bubblegum would be talking to a character who's using magic, and she says like, magic is just technology that you don't understand. You know, it's kind of true. Mark Zuckerberg is a super wizard. Sure. You could say the same about Elon Musk, but I don't like to give him too much credit. Yeah, honestly, scientists are very much wizards. They are in this esoteric Kabbalistic group where they have secret knowledge, or at least knowledge that is very hard to acquire, and they are depicted as standing around in robes. Like, come on. Okay, we got 402 gold out of that, which means we could honestly go do a bit more blunt weapon training. Wait, don't press button to fire spell. What's my button for abort? We went over this last time. It's 2. Okay. Yeah, I love Adventure Time as well. I need to watch it more often. You know, one time whenever I was an English teacher, I showed a bit of Adventure Time in the classroom. I'm trying to think of which episode it was. Oh yeah, I taught about context clues one time by using the bit where everybody was scrobbling. Basically, it's like one of the later seasons. Finn and Jake get arrested, even though they were just trying to help people. And Jake explains that, like, once upon a time, there were the good guys and then the big bad guys. And then the big bad guys started scrobbling, and they started screaming and scroobling, and then all the good guys got scrombled. And, like, even though he wasn't using actual words, you knew exactly what he was talking about. And it was, like, my way of, you know, giving the kids, ideally, something fun to enjoy during the class, while I also got kind of a kick out of it. So, yeah, good times using Adventure Time in the old English classroom. All right, we're going to get our blunt weapon training on. There we go. Because that's much safer. Like, training blunt weapon in this context is so much safer than doing it with, like, a rat that could give me a disease or a human that could bonk my head. I'd much rather level up like this. Let's get another Thieves Guild quest. Time's short, apprentice. I got something for you if you got the time. It's about infiltrating the city walls. And, oh, this is something really hard. I remember doing this for the Acrobat Aesthetic video, and I could not remember what I was trying to get. I had a hard time finding it. Yeah, I liked doing Adventure Time and like showing regular show and things like that. Or forgive me, even Uncle Grandpa was like a really great demonstration of irony and things like that. But that only worked whenever I was doing my student teaching with a group of 7th graders. Whenever I was doing my whenever I taught as a career in high schoolers, all these high schoolers are like, even though in maturity they're not that different from my 2-year-old, they thought that they were too grown to enjoy cartoons, and it really peeved me. All right. For this job, you'll be working with Evelyn Greenhouse. Your guildmate will keep watch while you investigate the walls. We know the captain hangs around the walls east of here. Make sure you record that direction in your journal you carry, since the folks in the street won't be able to point you in the right direction. Get back here once you find something good, you hear? We have to make it quick, so get it done in 3 days. By the Archdruid, I was hoping to be the one who sneaks into the place. Let's go, says Evelyn Greenhouse. Let's do it. I'm glad that there's some love for Uncle Grandpa out there, because it's like really, really, it's a very polarizing show. So the weird thing about this quest is we need to go into a city wall that's roughly over here. It says east of the Thieves Guild, basically whenever you get the quest, but whenever you're down here, it'll say like it's northeast of you. Like the journal changes based on where you are in the city, which I guess is helpful, but that really confused me whenever I was making the Acrobat aesthetic video. We're going to go ahead and pick up our next Mage's Guild quest while we're here. Cartoons, aren't those for children? Yeah, what other great Adventure Time episodes come to mind? I really like Dungeon Train. You know, they have that infinite train where it's kind of a joke. It's almost pointing at Daggerfall, but maybe more specifically games like Diablo 2 that are real like, just go get the loot and go to the next room and get the loot, go to the next room and get the loot. I really like how they start off hating the Lost Soul boss guys, and then Finn turns into one of the Lost Soul boss guys, and he's like, those guys are cool. The episode Puhoi with the alternate dimension is also, it felt very profound at the time. The Pillow Worlds. Allow me to be the first to offer my unreserved congratulations on your glorious ascension up through the slippery hierarchy that is the Mage's Guild. Now that you have achieved the rank of Evoker, you have access to the guild library. I can remember whenever I was first deemed worthy of such an honor, my eyes did not leave printed page for 3 whole days. My advice is to take advantage of this as soon as possible. Once again, jolly good show, Sombra. Thank you. Yeah, the Infinity Train episode is fantastic. It has the right element of like the right balance of coziness and tension. And I think it's a good episode also because it shows Finn and Jake whenever they're not on the same page and they reconcile themselves despite that, you know. Really cool. The Hall of Egress was Hall of Egress was a really cool episode, Lunar. That's where they go and like he has to walk through it backwards or something like that. Can I share something with y'all that I feel stupid and like borderline schizophrenic talking about? I remember I did not watch Adventure Time much whenever it was like a sort of new show. I'm just gonna go rest while I ramble so that we're being somewhat productive. But I got caught up, so to speak, with the live presentation of Adventure Time around season 7 or 8. I think it's the season that has the Egress. The Hall of Egress is why this comes to mind. But I remember I had a dream whenever I'm getting out of sequence here. I saw the trailers for the upcoming season. It would show you the preview of the episode that's upcoming and things like that. And so I was watching Adventure Time as it was being released, which was a really exciting phenomenon for me since I had only just now acquired it, like, and finally caught up and things like that. Anyway, I had a dream where I was watching Adventure Time or something like that, because I've had a few Adventure Time based episodes, Adventure Time based dreams. But the dream had a big iron door on it that said in big red letters, "Beware of Colossus." And then the next day, I was watching the new Adventure Time episode, and it had the phrase "Beware of Colossus" in it. And I've tried to figure this out off and on, like, yeah, since then. did I see a trailer that had Beware of Colossus in it, and then I carried it into my dream with me? Or, I mean, one of the things that characterized my stint with neo-paganism is I had like these clairvoyant temptations, or like situations where I would get, it's like I was being thrown a bone to make me think that I was special whenever I was a neo-pagan, and this is that part of that life of my lifetime. And so I had this weird portend that was like, oh, you knew that Beware of Colossus was going to happen. What does it mean? And I thought it was really profound at the time, even though it was really not efficacious. But like, it was kind of, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Had a bittersweet moment about it. It would also happen like whenever I was really stoned and listening to music. I would often, even though I was like shuffling, I would have this feeling that I'm about to dance to a song before that song came on, and then it felt like very profound satisfaction whenever the song hit. It's also at that time whenever I was reading Slaughterhouse 5, and the Trafalmadorian, or the aliens in that, get unstuck in time, and they explain that time is something of a tapestry. And so I kind of get the idea that people that have clairvoyant gifts, whether they're given by the Holy Spirit or by other spirits, are kind of interacting with that tapestry in a way that we are currently not, basically. Scouting Spartan, to answer your question, wait, hold on. Is it good, Lunar? Am I answering your question? You said, does the whole season, or is it a weekly release? I'm guessing you're not talking about Adventure Time, but Adventure Time was a weekly release. I'm guessing you're talking about something else. Let me get back into Daggerfall, because I've been talking a lot. There's a small task our enchanter needs help with. I think it involves fetching an item from a client. Feel free to decline if it doesn't interest you. Well, if you put it that way, sure. Get the quest. I want to go to a dungeon. At least have it on my map. One of the grandiose mysteries of Tamriel is that there are simply forms of magic and power we do not yet understand. My sincerest desire is that the Empire will last another 1500 years so that we may have time to unravel every enigma across the world itself in peace. But to get to the point, a very strange bracelet was delivered to us recently with a latent enchantment we cannot draw out. The regular identification spells avail us nothing. This requires the help of a true expert. Will you take it into the ruins to obtain that manner of aid? You will need to go to, let's go, the ruins of Woodsley Farmstead, which is 3 days travel to the southeast. If I were one of the more obnoxious, clickbaity gamer streamers, I would have one of those little buttons like on a soundboard ready for whenever we get a map. Like a dungeon put on our map. Yeah, let's do that, dude. Very well, here it is. I would ask you not to tamper with it, but I doubt you could in any case. If our specialist could not unleash its power, so much less you. You will most likely find Carololda Masterton in a hole called Ruins of Woodsley Farmstead. Please treat her with respect, for she is the former member of the guild. We do not want some controversy to arise merely because someone cannot control her tongue. I will see you here within 11 days. Sweet. I'm not sure about Fiona and Cake. I watched the spin-off episodes, but not the series. I was not aware that there was a series ongoing, to be honest. Okay, we gotta go east. Yeah, the ruins of Woodsley Farmstead. What do you think we'll encounter there? Because if we do find ghosts and things like that, although we encountered ghosts in the mines, that's cool. They dominated us. That was a little cringe. But yeah, we could practice our necromancy skill, which would be fun. Is this the right one? This is the thing with it's east of the Thieves Guild, so we gotta go further north. I should probably turn my candle out, but I mean it's so weird playing a game for people and they can't necessarily see the screen very well, so here we go. Yeah, it makes sense that that would be a sequel of Adventure Time. I haven't seen it, though. Okay, this should be it. According to the instructions, it should be south of where I'm standing. What? That'd be cool, giving your party multiple options for dispatching the big skeleton golem. I like that. Should be southeast of where we're standing. All right. Southeast. Is it so? The thing about Fiona and Cake is like, can it? It's like another part of the series, but is it like? Can it be a sequel with if it's a parallel timeline, or is it not actually a parallel timeline and there's some link between the worlds that I'm not sure about? You know what I mean? Northeast. This has got to be it, right? Northeast. Does it still say northeast? East. So in here? Southeast. Let's float up here and see what we got. Actually, I guess climbing wouldn't be smart whenever it's raining this much. It's no longer parallel, you say. Yeah, this is the hard part about this quest, is just knowing exactly what they want me to do. South of where we're standing. I think I'm just gonna bust up into one of these and hope for the best, you know? Let's cast True Invisibility. Let's cast Knock Plus. No living soul around here, it seems. I'll head back outside and look out for company. I'll knock twice if I see a guard. Have fun. Shoot. What are we looking for again? This had a real you know it when you see it element last time I was here. Here we go. What's up with my fatigue? What's up with my fatigue? You got a letter? Oh, it seems our captain got our captain's got an affair. This seems like a good find. Yeah, where would it be? My sweet flower, run away with me, far from Gavaudon. Leave your dreadful wife and her obsession with wealth. You are worth more to me than any trinket from some faraway land. The same cannot be said of her. The world was bleak before I peered into your radiant eyes. The most magnificent mountains of Skyrim and flowing streams of the Imperial Province are nothing compared to your smile. Let us leave this place. I am and will always be your buzzing bee of love. Aww. You're gonna drop the dungeon on them, huh? There's another similar idea, is if you do like a sort of jabu approach, where a dungeon is a living organism. The environment itself becomes hostile, and they can be digested. They can be eaten alive by like bacteria, you know, or the creature outside of it can get killed, and then they have to escape, you know. Back whenever I was playing Ammomancy, I had a game where the idea was to save the Wu-Tang clan after they'd all been abducted and replaced with synthetic mutants. And over years, as this plot had been going on under the hood of the world, so to speak, the parasite, which was producing these synthetic mutants, was growing and growing and growing out of control. And eventually, the final encounter of this adventure was a living dungeon like that. It was a lot of fun. I called it the... What did I call it? I have it written down in this little spiral notebook where I have all my stuff collected. All my custom stat sheets and things like that. I don't know what's going on with my stamina. It's bothering me that I'm not remembering it, but it's not relevant to the conversation really, so I don't need to think of it. Are you playing with first timers? I see. You have not returned. My bad, dude. Here you go. 51 gold pieces. I should just go to the Thieves Guild. I can use their facilities, can't I? Hi there, excuse me. An archer waves to you from a distance. I'm a volunteer to help the guard. Town at night. If you find any evildoers, bring them to me. No evildoers here, sir. Nothing to report. So you mentioned that wanting to express that character death is like an inevitability. I really love that about RPGs, as you can probably tell by my obsession with, you know, Ironman characters and things like that. But it seems so like frowned upon to allow character deaths because people get very attached to the character concept. They get very attached to the things they've written for their character and things like that. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer because that same character, the same player, I should say, who got turned into a almost got turned into a warlock with their druid. They had a different character who, whenever they were playing Ammomancy, basically got butchered and beheaded, and like that was just that. Like they got into a situation that they could not overcome, and they got killed, and that was cool. I liked it. We did a whole different side story where they played as a relative of that character, and we went to go resurrect that character, and that was fun too, you know. All right, that's perfect for some blackmailing. Here, take this letter and drop it off where you found the other one. Okay. We're so low on stamina, though. And I don't know why. It's not fair, Daggerfall. Let's just take our dang horse. It would be embarrassing to, like, fall asleep exhausted while trying to blackmail the guard. Going east in general, right? Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't going to name drop 5th edition, but it is this kind of more modern iteration of Dungeons and Dragons where it's I mean, it's implicitly encouraged to spend a lot of time in character creation and to kind of, you don't always have to treat them as self-inserts, but it does feel like you leave a part of yourself on the character sheet in many cases. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's not really the type of gaming I try to do these days. But talking about this sort of thing really makes me want to drum up my my old RPG books. But like I said before, I really want an in-person group. I think it would be it would not be hard to get a group of gamers together, like on Discord or something like that. But I just really want to play in person again. I miss that aesthetic. But the thing is, I want to have my cake and eat it too. I want to play in person, but I want to be the DM, and I want us to play my game. I feel like a toddler saying, like, this is how it's going to go, you know, my way or the highway. Should be northeast of where we're standing. Which is not the best way to do it, but I just have all these games and content that I'm sitting on that I want to go back to playing again. Oh, Nevada, that's cool. Oh, Nevada's beautiful, isn't it? I don't know, I guess it depends on... I always see Nevada and Arizona, or do you say Nevada? That's a very beautiful stretch of the U.S., that kind of desert aesthetic. Is this the right door? Man, this part of the... It's, on the one hand, it's rough not having a quest marker like you would have in Oblivion or Skyrim, and I don't prefer that sort of thing. But we don't, because of the nature of these like procedurally generated towns, we don't have specific directions like you would have in Morrowind. South. Alright, let's hit the knock again. Okay, and now we is this the one I... Yeah, this is the blackmail. You gently place the letter where you first found it. Okay, we're out of here. We did our Thieves Guild quest. That wasn't too hard. Let's go back. It's kind of cute having a lookout. Someone in the Discord server recently made the point where we need like more we need more Thieves Guild missions where we're the B party, like we're the lookout, or we're making the distraction and things like that. Part of me wants to write quests or even come up with like a new faction for the game, but I just have so much on my plate that I don't trust myself to be accountable for that. But it would be a cute part of my like little YouTube branding to be like, hey, play the mod I came up with, play the quests I came up with. I don't think I'll get around to learning that skill. It's been nice doing just some roaming around town and doing some questing and telling stories and stuff like that, as opposed to all the our life is on the line all the time sort of situations that we've been getting into. All is done. Very good. If the captain has an ounce of wisdom, he'll stay calm and won't bother us. Here's your pay for a job well done, both of you. See us, Umbra. Okay. Wow, we were down to 2 gold. That's hilarious. Does the Thief Guild have beds? Like if I quick save, can I just... I've not rented a room here. No, okay. No rest for the wicked. Okay. Yeah, what's going on here? Health. You are healthy, they say. Whatever, man. Don't know what happened with my fatigue. I think a good way to facilitate fleeing, if you're talking about making the party flee, is to have like multiple factions in the dungeon. And so whenever both those factions collide, it creates like a critical mass, and if they do something that makes them want to unite against the players, it'd kind of be forced on them. Or you do some sort of gimmick in the room itself where they get trapped and don't have time to finish off the enemy. They have to find a way to escape while resisting the pressure. Things like that. Ah. Tabletop gaming. Oh, this guy looks kind of cool. What's up, guys? Restore mastering. Y'all have cool sprites. What's up, Morgina? You have a good sprite, too. Alright. It's time for us to level up. Hey, cool. Speed is just so crucial for this character. Luck. Let's throw willpower, intelligence. Wow, we got like 6 points here. Luck. I'm not even sure what luck does for us, but I want it. Yeah, what's going on with my fatigue? Okay. Game's kind of freaking me out, y'all. Hey, welcome back, Lunar. Big level 9, that's right. We are really doing it out here. We're about to hit double digits. Sorry, breakfast starts at dawn. Oh, shoot, I'm up before dawn again. What time is it, in fact? So after Red Rory made the compass mod that we see here, he was talking about other ways that we could integrate like information that is communicated through the HUD in a different, more player accessible manner. And he's talking about coming up with a device where you wind it up and it would chime every like 6 or 12 hours or something to let you know that time has passed. I think that's a really cool idea, especially whenever you're going into the dungeon. And Dagger Falls dungeons have no windows, they have no light sources. I guess the parallax mod changes that. But yeah, that little device would let your character have like a lore-friendly way of knowing what time it is in the dungeon. I just love that idea. So a rogue mage has summoned a Daedra against the city. They will attack anyone inside. Flee or defend yourself as best suits you. The Lord will soon send aid. Stay indoors. Excuse me. What kind of Daedra? That's kind of scary. So luck influences every dice roll. That makes sense. Okay, what is this? Let's do this. True invisibility. Weak levitate. Yo, hey! Yeah, we're not doing that. We're just unable to levitate, of course. Yeah, I'm gonna let that fire danger be the guard's problem. That's scary. That's terrifying. That dude could drop us. I'm kind of curious about how well we would do, but not... I don't have a death wish. Queen. Daedra can see through true invisibility. Yeah, that's rough. Good to know, though. Very good to know. Let's go ahead and just put a note. Notes. Daedra, see through true invis. I'm gonna do this little face. Spartan, your question about the level cap. So Daggerfall does not have a hard level cap, but it has an implicit level cap because you level up whenever your primary skills, all three of them, increase. Like that counts toward your character's level progression. The highest two of your major skills, whenever those level up, it counts toward your character progression. Whenever the highest one of your minor skills level up, it goes toward your character progression. So whenever you have maxed out your skills that would contribute to your level up, then you've reached your character's specific level cap. So it's variable. There's not like a static max that's in the game, but there is a maximum out there that every character can find. Yeah, man, this map is so weird, or this area is so weird. But we're going to Ruins of Woodsley. Ruins of Woods. I feel like there's a portion of the map that I'm not seeing, but normally you'll see like arrows pointing you in the right direction. Where are the arrows? Can I zoom out? Do y'all remember about this? I don't know. Ruins of Woods. I guess I wanted to buy... If we are near a general store, we'll buy a little bit of food to take with us, but it's just going to go bad on the journey. What about rations? Okay, we're good on rations, I think. So let's just go. The Ruins of... It's kind of disappointing that we don't get to do the overland travel approach, although I guess we could still try it. Oh man, available gold is kind of low. Let's just go recklessly. The silhouette fades into the decaying walls. Kind of scared of what we're going to find here, so let's go ahead and put on a shield and a candle. It's usually something guarding these dungeon exteriors, I find. Not this time. Okay. Here we go. What are we gonna find? I'm excited. Ah! Hey, ghost pacified. What is up, big dog? Let's see. Watch this. Isn't there what is your name? What is your name? Necromancy skill check failed. How are you? Oh, it gives you the statistics. He's level 11. Skills, blunt weapon, daedric, and dodging. No kidding. Alright. Where am I? Where are the gold pieces? It doesn't understand me. Alright. So if this is... Okay, hello. I pacified another one. Follow me. Come on, be cool. You know, it's nice enough that I'm even able to like pacify them. I won't complain. What's funny to me is that these ghosts have collision. Come on, let me through. Ghosts and rats. This is a very similar enemy combination as what we saw in the previous dungeon. get some combustion going. Hiya! 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 I don't think we're going to find anything that's too dangerous for us, but if we do, we can retreat toward the ghosts. That's pretty cool. Man, I love the linguist characters. I'm having a lot of fun with this gal. I'm still bummed out that Helimar, the Sky Druid, bit the dust so early on, but that's like Kirstia. Like, whenever you make a character that is just not very strong, they're gonna die. That just happens. Oops. Yeah, campsite. Cook. We only got one piece of raw meat there. That's all right. Yeah, the undead are different from humanoids, according to the game logic. Video game logic is good. Let's go ahead and eat the bat meat. Is there need of an arrow yet? Did I make a meaningful decision about my direction at any point? Okay, that was kind of creepy. These are my boys, though. Oh, dude. Okay, let's try to talk these through. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't have my shield up. Okay, hold on. We're good. We're good. We're gonna recall. Are we dead? We might be dead. Wow, dude. Dude. 4 HP. Wow. My goodness. What? Micah, cast your damn shield spell. My goodness. Oh, it was awful. Oh, man. Cast your damn shield spells, Micah. My goodness. New low score. Look at, is our vision fading? That's pretty cool if that's like intentional. And here goes the jolly music. Oh, dude. Oh yeah, bandages, you're right. That means we lost our camping equipment, so that's not good. Yeah, we can just burn bandages here. Okay. Oh yeah, mind the Daedra on the way to the inn. Hey, y'all, can you remind me if I already set my anchor? I think I did. Man, our horse is at the dungeon, though. We're just gonna run it back, y'all. Like, we don't have a lot of money for the travel, though. That's the thing. Gotta find a way to liquidate our, assets. We have that letter of credit, but we can't use that for traveling. Long shirt of willpower would be very good for this dungeon, actually. Yeah, I think I just, like, neurotically placed it down like a good boy. We can get rid of the spell reflection scroll, I guess, to get some cash. Not really something you want to sell, necessarily. I am kind of spooked now that you mention it. Oh, whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Mind the Daedra when you get back to town is right. Recall. Teleport. Oh, man. What a terrible place to have your anchor set. Help. No one's making me do this. This is what I'm choosing to do with my free time. Okay. Yeah, bandage quest is on. Where's the Daedra? It's over in the town market. Let's go. Hup. Hup. Come on. We want to get to high ground and try to get some spells off and, I don't know, do what we can. get out of there. But my anchor... my anchor. I just have to not get hit by the spells. My anchor. I have to cleanse. If we could just get the drop on the Daedra. Where is the Daedra? I swear it was out here near the town square. Oh, okay. Good night, Lunar. Thanks for tuning in while you can. We will see you next time. And if I don't see you by then, have a happy Thanksgiving. Okay. You know, you don't realize how much you stutter until you start recording or live streaming. I was doing some editing recently and I was like, do I cut out every And I gave up. Just too much work to cut out every Alright. Famous last words. I think we're safe. Gonna cast... What about just regular shield? Yeah, these guards aren't doing much against the Daedra. Where's the pawn shop? I thought we had a pawn shop. Essential use supplies. I was really surprised to find that Daedroth because I thought we were just dealing with the fire Daedra that was spawned the first time, but they'd like... That means like we never really know what else we're going to find, you know what I mean? Like are more spawning right now, like whenever I leave? It's hard to say. 940 gold. That'll get me to the dungeon. Yo, this ebony left pauldron would be some drip. That looks so good. Bandages, yes. Major firestorm, that's cool. Oh, man. Oh, there's the spare... what'd you call it? Campsite that we lost in the dungeon a second ago. It's always good to have a backup. So we're rocking 18 bandages. That's a pretty good amount. Maybe we can pick up some potions of healing. What is this? Spell shield. Spell shield. That's expensive, but that would be cool. Yeah, Arden, the items that are rare and require a grind to get it, almost any like artifact style item is fits into that category pretty well. Shield. Any artifact style item fits that category pretty well. Any Daedric or Ebony gear fits that category pretty well, but that's not a specific item. That's just like stuff you want to get. Okay. So what do we have right now? Free action, resist shock, seeking. Oh, we can use seeking in our dungeon here. We have 1 stamina or more. We don't have any healing. We have purification, cure disease. So we could use cure poison. Probably 1 more cure stamina would be good. Visibility, free action, purification. It's always good to have more purification, but I want healing. I want healing, but I'm gonna get purification because I'm scared of dying. Speaking of scared of dying, gotta look over your shoulder for these dang Daedra. Don't know where they're lurking these days. You know, so we had 2 very, very close calls back to back there, but I've been thinking we're doing well and all that, but we've had a lot of close calls, like from one episode to the next. Sometimes it's from combat, sometimes it's from like sort of getting caught with our pants down, like not having much fatigue left in the wilderness and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh, resist poison is good for whenever we're getting jumped by the bounty hunters. Cure poison, we already bought one. A weak healing. Like this is not a can't. Okay. Just a regular old heal. You got a regular old heal for me, bud? Just orc strength. Orc strength. Yeah, okay. We'll take a one orc strength. I think okay, maybe you're right. Purification, now that you mention it, it does, I think it does like heal true, cure disease, cure poison. I could be wrong. Sugar lumps. No. All right, let's run it back. We're going to ruins of. Oh yeah, this character started on close calls because we got really lucky about. We got lucky on the, what's it called? Red Rory's mod? Die Harder. Yeah, we got really lucky on the Die Harder rules. Hey, Charles, welcome back. Hey, I hope your son's doing okay. Yeah, that's obviously more important than the African history questions from last time. I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, did we ever tie up that loose end? But suffice to say, you have your priorities set set up, so that's good. A child getting injured is one of the most stressful and upsetting things. Hudson sustained, well, he's really good at head injuries, but one of them is really bad. I don't know if I already told y'all about it on stream, but it actually happened like the same day that Charlie Kirk died, so there was like a lot of bloodshed that day. And it could not have happened in my house without a bunch of like little inconveniences and bad decisions compiling. It's really terrible. So I hope your son's doing okay, suffice to say. And thanks for tuning into the stream tonight. Come on, man. Let's put our blunt weapon training to use here. What about fire slap? Okay, we got him with the fire slaps. This character's name is Shadow in Spanish, Sombra. So, since we are using invisibility and destruction spells to pick off enemies, that was a recommended name and I liked it. Alright, now, we should still have our friendly ghosts in here. We should put up a basic shield because we have unfriendly ghosts to contend with as well. Friendly ghosts? You're my friendly ghost. Look at this squad. This is so cool. They're like guarding this door for me. Thanks, guys. Yeah, you know, I might actually just go ahead and rest right here because I have the squad. Cook the raw fish, rest. Yeah, how many lives are left? I don't know. Destruction, critical strike, we stifle a yawn. Okay, wait, hold on. Basic shield. Okay, these are my boys. I thought one of these was like one of the unpacified ghosts, which were around this corner. Come on. Come out and fight me. Okay, we're going to... Is two of them? Yes, two of them. We're gonna go into dialogue mode. Gonna just see if we can get that. Nope, okay. Let's go to Fire Blast, damage health, yep. I hope I didn't hit my homie. I got one of them. Look at this. I love it, man. This is sick. Daggerfall Unity, man. Hey. Zap. I didn't mean to do that. Zap. Okay. Did that get him? Okay, look at us go. Oh, man. Yeah, Hudson's good now. Thank you for asking it. You hate to see it, though, with your kiddo. Yeah, the haunted house is a requirement. We need to practice our necromancy. Like, it's going to be so cool whenever we can reliably recruit necromants, like ghosts and stuff like that, to take to the dungeon with us. Although we are on a time limit here. Let's remember, L. 7 days left. That's pretty good. Can I use knock on this? Candle spell is not doing much for me, it feels like. Knock. Hey! It worked. Oh, dude. What a waste of a spell points. Okay. It's a risk you take. Ectoplasm might be worth it. I don't know. 180 gold pieces. We're in need of cash, so that's good. Oh, he scared me, man. Like, this close call has got me all riled up. Yeah, the punch sound effects and the ghost slap's kind of funny. You wouldn't really expect it to be so ethereal. Yeah, here we are. Let's hit that candle too. Just kind of checking every nook and cranny. Checking every cranny and nook. Now what's down here? I cast summon elevator. Fail to pick the lock. Alright. I'm gonna have to make a better candle spell, because I don't have to keep going to my menu like this. Okay. I love having fast movement speed. Look at us go. We're zooming. This part of the dungeon is basically a dead end at this point, although we do have the option to go downward right here. I don't know if I want to do that before going down the easy way. And yeah, let's eat our cooked fish before that goes bad. Yeah, you could always outsource the thieves' skills to the mage, unfortunately. Oh. Let's see. Candle. Okay. It's just a bat. It's just a bat, Micah. Come on. Let's zap him. Come on. Come on. I feel like we have so many spell points and they go by so fast, you know? Is this just what it's like playing a mage? Like, is it obligatory to have 3 times intelligence and a huge intelligence? 3 times spell points and intelligence. Flip those. Anyway, is that a requirement and you still run out of magicka all the time? Kind of rough, man. I guess if you're not playing with climates and calories, you just rest almost ad nauseum anyway, so. You're just like sleeping in corridors all the time. Come on, kill an enemy with the blunt weapon. No, we're just gonna combust it. Boom! Okay, is there anything in here? Oh, look. I think we're underneath. Huh. Okay. Pulled up the spell menu in case we fell down in that pit while jumping. Yeah, let's go back up and cook this. Yeah, the thief mage hybrid is a very fun way to play almost any game. Daggerfall makes it easy because spell costs scale with your skill. Oh, that's right, that's right. So the better your skill is, the less expensive a spell becomes. That is a very good way of balancing this. Let's see. Boop-a-da-doo. Let's go this way. Let's put our chalk down. Love it, love it. Who's making saving throws over there? Oh, hello, Wraith. Gonna put a full shield on. We're gonna be optimistic. Okay. We have blasted a Wraith to death before, and we're going to do it again. It was not so close for comfort last time, though. We get him? We got him. Wraiths are so scary, but we did it. I think that is true of Oblivion as well, Spartan. I think Cosmi would be a better authority than me there. My friend from church said that he got Oblivion from Game Pass, like the OG, recently, and it's kind of given me that itch. But if I'm playing any game that's not Daggerfall, I want it to be Morrowind. Like, I'd like... Oh, here's our person. Let me get that light for you, buddy. Is this your gold pieces? Can I have these gold pieces? You don't need them? Okay, thank you. Lich dust? For me? Wow, is this all this treasure is for me, you say? Ah, good day. Yes, I am Corolada Masterton. What do you need of me? Well, I suppose I can take a look at it. It's just this bracelet? Very well. Allow me to work on it for a moment. You hold the trinket in front of her, which she touches while chanting an incantation. A burst of light follows, which leaves you unsettled. Once your eyes adjust, you see a very different demeanor of Corolada Masterton's face. By my lady, filthy cur, this day you meet your end. For Oblivion and its 10,000 servants... chanting godly servants die. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Hold on now. Hold on now. Hold on. We were cool a second ago. Death grips on you. Death grips on you. Okay, she has really strong spells. They scale with us, that's right. Okay. We did get... Hold on. Micah, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Zap. Let's get Zap going. Keep it at a distance. She might be out of magicka by now. Alright. I should have expected that. I mean, I was stealing her stuff anyway, so... that was kind of tense. Oh, I thought the other night Cosmi that you mentioned playing Oblivion, which is why I mentioned that you might know it, but I think, still Spartan, I think you're right that it scales like that. Oh, and Mr. Susan confirms. There you go. Yeah, that was actually a pretty scary encounter, even though it was just like a Nightblade or something like that. Maybe she's a battle mage. Because we'll be... Yeah, like the humanoids scale to our level, so the casters in particular are going to be pretty dangerous. I should make a resist magic spell of some sort. It'd help us out a bit. Like, you know, it resists magic more broadly. It would be expensive, but probably worth it too. Medical, lockpick, stealth, dodging, destruction, alteration. We're on a roll. I've had the Paw Patrol theme song stuck in my head. We really don't allow much of it in the house, but what can I say? That it's addictive. Even the music is like overstimulating and, you know, aggressively catchy. Okay, so, hey, that's a fast elevator. What the hell? What's the hurry, buddy? We are ready to leave the dungeon. Well, we got 6 days of dungeon crawling, though. Like, we don't have to leave it right now. For example, we come over here. We cast Knock. We cast Knock Plus. We got it. I thought we did it. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and levitate down here. This elevator was hauling ass though. I've never seen that. So this is where we fought earlier. It's a different floor. This is a different floor. That's cool. Get my candle going. Daedra Heart, what's good? Prayer beads. That would sting our character probably. A talisman, sure. Scarab, why not? Okay, yeah, this is where we've been before. Light up this torch to kind of signify that. Put on a shield. Yo, hold on. This is kind of cool. Yeah, that was a cool little bit of verticality there. But we're too low on spell points for me to like want to pick fights with wraiths. Oh, he scared me again. My goodness. When will I get used to it? Yeah, I mean, the series has been streamlined into the casual audience very aggressively. I still play the games though. Like the thing is, they are often still really pleasant. They're very beautiful, if nothing else. Skyrim is a very beautiful game. I have not watched the video, but there's a video out there with a lot of views called "Just Being in Skyrim is Enough." I think that's kind of corny, but I get it. I get it. It's probably a good video. I don't actually consume much, if any, Elder Scrolls content. So even though I see videos like that being really successful, I don't actually know much about them. But yeah, even if I once read, this would have been like 10 years ago, a post where this guy said even if all I could do in Elder Scrolls 6 is wander around with this one specific character and he has like a hatchet and I'm just running from town to town with a hatchet, clicking the left mouse button, I'd still play it because it's like Elder Scrolls, and Elder Scrolls is awesome and beautiful. I get it. Kind of like that sentiment. I need to look into seeing if there's a hotbar or a hotkey mod that will let, oh hello, that will let me hide it but still use the buttons. Like I don't want to see the hotkey menu, but I want to be able to use hotkeys. Oh, this was our buddy that we found earlier. That was cool. Yo, okay, levitate. I did not mean to use my potion, but I think I would have taken damage if I had not. Okay, let's get a zap ready. Okay, hold on. Is this it? Okay. Oh, our shield had worn off. Okay, come on. A warning outside of Gavaudon. Warning, orcs frequently invade the city from nearby outposts. Stay indoors whenever possible. Carry weapons and intimidate them and flee from them. The Lord will soon send for forces. Okay, last time it was damn Daedra. Now we got orcs to contend with. And we left our horse again. And I doubt the guild's open at this hour. Oh. Well, cool. Hey, what's up, Avid? Welcome to the party. And we have had a lot of close calls this this stream, but we've survived all 3 of them. Yeah, you really could cast Cloud Kill in an elevator and choke somebody out that way. Yeah, Gavaudon is a mess. Yeah, get your... This city guard, why are they overrun with, like, first Daedra, now orcs? What do you do to provoke this kind of wrath? One of our members used your position as a reference to scry the ruins of Tower Woodsley and see how Carly Master was doing with the bracelet. No one expected to see her dead corpse instead. I'd have thrown you in prison had I time to prove my case. Wait, what? What? Hold on. One of our members used your position as a reference to scry into the dungeon. They saw how the quest target was doing with the bracelet. No one expected to see her dead corpse instead. She attacked me. Really? Really, guys? Nobody's gonna believe me? She attacked me. She attacked me. Look, she almost killed me. What was I supposed to do? Run away? She would not have identified it even if I asked her. She attacked me. Do you understand? Man. Longing for guards. Longing for just less near-death incidents. My goodness. Yeah. I came up with anything to not give me my damn money. I'm just like, ugh, pound my fist into the wall. Damn it. We've risked life and limb for them. It almost makes me want to like not continue questing for them, but the thing is we actually... Whoa, what? Did I just... Reputation 2? What happened? Like, did I blunder this so badly? Reputation 2. Just gonna check something. I'm not reloading my game, right? But I want to go over here and see what happened. Yeah, when are we going to start questing for the Dark Brotherhood? This is ridiculous. Affiliations. My Mages Guild rep was 4 before the quest. What about at the start of the stream? Yeah, well, so failing that quest only docked my reputation a little bit. I'm guessing something else is like... Yeah, my Mages Guild reputation was 19 a second ago. I got promoted to Evoker. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I might go into the INI file and adjust my reputation to get back to 19 or something. Because that seems like something wrong. You know what I mean? Notes. Set Mages Guild rep to 21. I hope that doesn't seem too much like cheating to y'all, but like, my goodness. What is Daggerfall up to tonight? Yeah, that's pretty strange. Is there a way to change that from the console commands? Because like, if I do too much fast travel right now, I literally just get expelled from the Mages Guild. Yeah, no, I think this is something... I don't know what's causing it, but this seems like a mod issue or just like a Daggerfall Unity thing. Because my reputation, yeah, dropped to 4 from 19. I don't know what happened. Someone sold you out. Time to be the villain you wanted to be. Yeah. Yeah, I know that you probably can do it, Fonts, from... Oh, welcome, Fonts. And Zonedoya Stander. Welcome, if I haven't already said hi to y'all. But yeah, same for Labelle. I know you can change it from the INI file. I don't necessarily know how to do it from the game, and it's like, well, do I don't know. If anybody's able to find that command, let me know. That'd be great. But if not, I'm just going to keep on keeping on. Now, here's the thing. We are not in the Dark Brotherhood yet, and that is a shame. A form lingers beneath the street lamp. Excuse me, kind stranger. I need to get to the Ashley Cemetery in a hurry. 711. That's a lot of gold. But I don't have my horse, you know that? We might become a criminal in Gavaudon too, just to get a horse, you know what I mean? Better go ahead and cast shield in case we run into any orcs. Ah, man. pretty weird having our necro rank get tanked like that, and we don't have a horse. Room, yep, yep. Food, yep. Drinks, man, drinking just some damn sorrows away type of thing going on here, man. Alright, so we're going to... let's rest for, like, I guess just until fully healed. Illusion and mysticism went up, that's good. Yeah, here's the thing, though. We have not killed that many innocents besides the guards, you know? Like, do I just... I'm tempted to go kill the person in the Mages Guild, but that can't be good. Maybe that's the point, but I don't want to ruin my reputation. We're supposed to start like a new leaf out here, you know, but nothing's going right for us. How do I scroll the map? Maybe I just don't. There's one other city this way. There's a city in Wayrest. Alright. So what's the plan, folks? We steal a horse and we get out of here. Do we kill anybody just for the fun of it? That doesn't feel right, but I do really want to start doing some Dark Brotherhood quests. What's our Thieves Guild rep? 15, not too bad. Just take me to a damn general store, though. Expecting to find a general store in the city hall here, or the town square, I mean. Oh, hey, while we're looking for horses, y'all give me your best horse name recommendations. Yeah, you can't escape your pastime, Mr. Susan. Horse name recommendations. I'm always thinking of like Guided by Voices songs and music I've been listening to lately, but I've not been listening to a ton of music lately yet, just period. I liked the Queen of Cans and Jars, but we already used that with a different character. Already wanted in Wayrest, get some kills there. Valid point, Mr. Spartan. And if there's an in-character reason to do it, it's pure spite, right? I see. I was wondering that too, Cosmi, but like, if it's in poor spirit, man, I just don't know what tanked my like reputation with the Mages Guild so much. Why did I start the quest with like why did I start this stream with only 4 reputation, or was it 19? Something crazy like that. I'll just mull it over for now. Oh wait, this is a pawn shop. I want a general store. Maybe before running any commands like this, I will like talk about this in the Lysanus Tomb Discord server and see if this is like a legitimate thing or a tech issue thing. I would hate to just like cheat my way out of consequences for my actions in case that's what's happening here. Yeah, what would be really bad about getting cast out of the Mages Guild for good is being cut off from the Spellmaker. Are there any other... I don't know if there's any other way to achieve like a Spellmaker. I mean, I'm trying to find the guild general store. Where are they all? There's a bank. Let's see. I'm not sure where I would check my negative penalty with scholars. Yeah, I don't remember where you would see that. I don't think I did that. Temple of Julianos. Man, do I become a simp for some of the gods that my character doesn't worship just to gain access? That's a good point, though. I might... There are people who who do that as clergy in real life, so. Pharmacy, potions. The essential use supplies pawn shop. Yo, Coniferous, thanks so much for the $10. I take damage from holy places. You're so right. Yeah, thanks so much for the support, Coniferous. That's awesome. That'd be hilarious to just be in a temple anyway. So I guess I could be jumping the gun here some, right? Like, yeah. So here's the play. We just keep grinding in the Mages Guild. Like, he'll give us another quest, I'm sure. If he doesn't, then maybe a killing spree happens. But before we become a criminal, like, we should sooner take out a loan with the bank and get a horse and maybe even a cart that way. The cart might be a little much. And we just rebuild, you know? I don't know what's going on with our reputation, but until we have, like, an idea of why it tanked like this, we'll just kind of try to keep it normal. It's 2 in the morning. We'll rest for like 8 hours. Running is improved. That's good. Oh, what a stressful stream. It's like I've had a lot of fun, but a lot of BS has happened also. Okay, priest calls out. No, thank you. Yeah, we might have to sell some of our stuff to be able to afford. Well, the long shirt of willpower is conditionally useful. Yeah, another arc of lone quest coming up. Yeah, so I was actually sifting through some old Bogard footage. Speaking of lone quest, I guess that would have been Kirstia, but I was sifting through it because I made my first YouTube short today, like a real content creator. And there was one episode I really liked where we had to punch our way out of a tavern. I was like, I've got to clip that somehow. I felt very nostalgic watching that playthrough, even though it was only like a year ago. Yeah, Sugar Lump won't call our boy from the dungeon. It wouldn't even find him on the other side of town. Alright, we need someone to kill a rogue imp for us. Yeah, I mean, whatever it takes, buddy. We're going to Oxham. Forgive me if I'm skipping some lines of text here. We're just going to kind of... Well, we do want to do the... We do want to get the loan and the horse before traveling. Yeah, if we're just going to grind through a couple of easy quests, this might be the way to do it. It's almost 11 p.m., but we want to get to a place where we can, like, by 11 p.m., I mean quitting time for me. But I want to get into a position where we can just, like, feel like our standing with the Mages Guild is just fine. Yeah, maybe the Mages Guild is conspiring to get Sombra kicked out, and, like, this can be the way we tolerate it from a lore perspective. We still have our rations. That's cool. And we'll try to be successful in the Mages Guild despite them, you know. Okay, loan, borrow. Let's borrow about, what do you say, about 30, let's do 3,000. That should be enough for a horse. And let's withdraw about 3,000. That should be enough for a horse. Let's, what's my letter of credit for, in fact? 365 gold. Okay, banking. Repay 365 all year. Only reason I could think of for the drop is that we gained reputation with one of the guild's enemies. You know, that's a good point. Are the Thieves Guild and the Mages Guild at odds? That's a really good point. That's a really good point. That would have been a reason for us to not get wrapped up in the Thieves Guild to begin with. Yeah, I'm gonna... Put a little question mark on my notes there so I don't immediately do it, but like look into why it's happening like that. Because you're right, we did like 3 quests for the Thieves Guild. That would have amounted to, okay, if our reputation was like 21 before, we gained 15 rep here. That means we could have lost it. I don't know if it adds up exactly, but I like what you're coming up with there. Oh dang, we still haven't found the damn general store. Come on. Where is a general store? Okay. Someone being nice to us. Bless you, lady. Oh, they're way down there. Man, totally got caught off guard by the Mages Guild reputation. It is kind of cool having this idea though that the powers that be are struggling against us, especially the more we get tangled up in the underworld. We're still not in the Dark Brotherhood. We're almost level 10. Still not in the Dark Brotherhood. What's that about? This whole character was supposed to be meant for, like, you know, bobbing and weaving past enemy patrols to pick off Dark Brotherhood targets, and we haven't even gotten there yet. Yeah, you're right. They do give news blurbs like that. I wouldn't expect them to necessarily talk about our boy. Like, any news? Something strange is happening in the Palace of Oxham. Hey, that's where we're going. We have enough? Yes. Get the spells while you can. Bandage. Some food, sure. Name your horse. Oh, man. Here we go. I'm going to waste time on camera thinking about the perfect name on stream. The perfect name for my horse. What's the name of the unicorn in the last battle? Jewel. Not that impressive. Alright. Sepulcher. Is that how you spell it? Sepulcher. We'll take it. It's edgy enough for our character. Spartan, I like the clops a lot too, but it's gonna sound silly, but I've done the whole clop thing with Bogard, so I'm trying to refrain from more cloppage. So we're going to Oxham. Yeah. Find Oxham. Yes. Man, we gotta be careful. Yeah, food's getting a bit ripe. Bought food right before traveling. Charge me the duties. Rogue Imp is lurking in the Palace of Oxham. Hey, the rumor that we asked for actually told us about the strange thing happening in the Palace of Oxham, so that's pretty cool. Let's try to not use our map while navigating here. That'll be cute. Kicker of Elves Jr. You know what? Whenever I was coming up with like trying to find stuff to put into a YouTube short today, I was like, I've got to find a way to work the Kicker of Elves song in here somewhere. So I'm still looking for the right clip to use that, to do that with. All right, let's keep pressing the wrong keys. Levitate, thaumaturgy, weak levitate. Yeah, where's the palace? Oh, I walked right past it. Alright, we're going to redeem ourselves here. Man, I can't believe that last quest went so poorly. I hope someone watches this VOD and has done this quest correctly and tells me what I did wrong or something. Okay. Yeah, I thought about casting shields. Okay, you're probably right. Even if it's not much of a threat. Where is he? I can hear him. Let's get Fire Slap ready. Sir, have you seen the imp? I'm here to dispatch the imp. Excuse me, sir. Oh man, I love all the work that Cliff Worms has done to make these cities look so good and alive, including the palace dungeons here. It sounds like we're getting colder, so let's go back upstairs. Shield spell's running out. Yep. Oh, hello. Hello. I'm here to dispatch the imp. Have you seen the imp? Okay. This way, you said? Alright. Have you seen the imp? Mage's Guild has reported there are imps in town. Why are you all just standing here if there's an imp? They're very dangerous to low-level PCs. Hello. Found him. Come on, Death Grips. Help me out, Death Grips. Man. Let's use the Orc Strength. And try to whack this. Oh, we won't. Oh, we got him. Okay. That was harder than I expected. Like, how many Death Grips did that guy eat? That's like, if assuming they connected, it's hard to get the correct feedback. I guess I need the Sphincter Vision mod enabled. But I feel like that guy ate 50 points of damage, like, over and over again. Alright, we are just gonna go ahead and... Well, do we go shopping here? Do we have anything that we want to sell? We do have some stuff to sell, but not really worthwhile amount. Whoa, I forgot about this stuff. But they have an alchemist, the place we're going anyway. Jumping, stealth, blunt weapon improved. That's pretty cool. Oh, man. Hope we don't accidentally trample somebody in our haste here. Yeah, nothing for me there. Okay. Sell these ingredients. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, do you got any healing for me? Restore power it doesn't do a lot, but it does a non-zero amount of restoring my magicka. Restore power again, sure. Cure poison. Don't think we're in need of that just yet. There he is. That's a good thing to look out for, Justinus. So we look to see if the Thieves Guild rep goes down whenever we turn in the Mages Guild. That's a good point. Now this is gonna sound really weird for our character, but I think I'm gonna go to the bank and repay some of this loan. Cause I don't know. Is that super app? That might just be silly. I was thinking of like we're going to harbor like a good relationship in Wayrest. I mean, a good relationship in Gavaudon, and a negative rep in this other place. But honestly, we'll probably be out of Gavaudon here in after fixing our Mages Guild reputation or something. Let's just use levitate to get past the water here. Hey, not paying the load. Okay, I thought better of it. Enemies nearby. Hold on. Oh, the orc's back. Yeah, I mean, I guess we help. That potion of orc strength came in pretty handy. Might as well join the temple. Hey, okay, I thought better of it, okay. I apologize. Okay, gotta wait for 1 more hour. Enemies nearby. Shield. We better get a good spell off on this guy while he's distracted. Fire slap. Fire slap. We got him. We got him. No, that's a good point, Spartan, about keeping an area clean. I'm actually thinking of going to either Satekalan or Mornoth, because how cool is it to be a character who's just like hanging out in this sort of, it's not a peninsula, but this delta. Yeah, the delta here between Wayrest and Mornoth. And maybe Sakalan or Tatambu will be my safe zone while we do our regular questing over here. That's just like something I've been thinking about. Are we still? Goodness gracious. Can't get into the Mages Guild because of all these dang orcs. Fire slap. Yeah, Mages Guild opens in like 18 minutes. Yeah, the orcs, maybe they'll have some raw gold on them. That'll be good. An apple, sure. Orc apple. Yo, okay. Good call on the whole loot the orcs thing, man. Yeah, Daggerfall really doesn't want you in the Mages Guild. No kidding, man. We gotta drop some stuff. Make room for this orcish cuirass. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. We're about to be rich. Yeah, that's a good point. Gavaudon being close to Orsinium kind of adds up, huh? Yeah, we got some money. We got some money to make real quick. It'll be good to end on a high note, assuming we're still alive and don't get killed by some random Daedra or orc warlord or orc, shaman. So we gotta find a shop that is better point of the many, not fit for a king. Let's go shop around just a little bit. Yeah, what about you? Adequate construction. We're gonna go back to this one, call it a night. Well, we're gonna turn in our quest also. Yeah, let's gonna sell, yeah, just an orcish cuirass. Oh my goodness. Okay, the cost is 21,800. We're gonna get 7,000 out of it. I'll take it. Paid with a letter of credit. Big ballin'. Love to see it. All from a random event. Pretty cool. We've spent so much time in dungeons fighting for our lives. We have not gotten a reward anything like what this random event has just given us. I don't know what to do with this money, but it's pretty convenient that it's like in letter of credit form. I went way past the Mage's Guild. Hold up. Yeah, check the reps to see if they're fighting. Yep. Absolutely. Got it. Foes up left. Protect the Emperor. Oh no, the dragon fires. Let's go ahead and check these as well. Come on, Daggerfall, don't crash on me. Had some pretty bad frame drops there. Okay. More modest loot piles over here. Tough little bugger, huh? Alright, you've earned your pay. Okay. Yeah, Thieves Guild was unchanged, but the Mages Guild reputation increased. Yeah, so about the repaying the loan, man, Scouting Spartan has a good point about having a safe zone for us to return to, but do we want this to be our safe zone? Because, like, I could see us never coming back to this place, you know? The way the Mages Guild did us, it's also in, like, a very cold climate, which is hard for our Khajiit. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be our safe zone. If they want to send bounty hunters after us, they'll send bounty hunters after us. Do we have a port out here? No, oh, okay, we're in a port. It says that the capital is a port. Do we just sail to a new area and call it a session? I think we're just gonna sail to a new area and call it a session. We're getting to a point with our wealth where we could try out, make sure to take as much of a loan as possible. Maybe I can. That is nice and evil. Alright, you talked me into it. You see, part of me, while that seems appropriate for the character, it seems like almost too much of a, power gaming in a way, you know what I mean? You vote for Mornoth. Where's Mornoth? Yeah, I'm with you. I think we're just gonna go to the coast out here. I love the tropical aesthetic. I've said it before, I think. The tropical aesthetic has got to be my, like, favorite this game has to offer. Mercantile, climbing, backstabbing, running, destruction, alteration. My food is getting a bit ripe, y'all. Alright, Alright, a hulking weapons master wields a large hammer, showing some clever attacks and techniques nearby for anyone interested in gaining skill with blunt weaponry. For 250 gold, you can learn from her to fight better. Wait, blunt weaponry? Yeah. You step forward and present the money. Under the peals of thunder overhead, the arms master concentrates and takes a fighting stance. You enjoy 3 hours of arduous practice, with some villagers pausing to watch your sparring. The session ends, the weapon master bows to you and departs. You drop to the ground, completely exhausted, and awaken an hour later. Oh, I'm dizzy from the heat. Of course. We're in the desert now. Take off the dang... We're just in our tights now? Is that what we're doing? Yeah, no, that's a good point, Cosmi. We already clicked away from it. My issue with taking out huge loans, except for like the starter loan to get a horse here and there, is like, I don't know. It seems dishonest to say now that I've already abused it to get the horse, but it just feels like it's gives the character too much power. Not that we have a lot of stuff to buy right now anyway. But yeah, there is one other thing I want to check on, something that could be a goal of ours. Oh, never mind. I was gonna go find a bank and see how much a ship would cost us. Oh no, I'm still running. Hey, can y'all direct me toward a bank? Hold on. Did I press enter? Yeah, okay. We do have a bank in town. This is awkward where I have to press the enter button for every little interaction. My dagger falls on its last legs here. Yeah, they already dislike me. That's good to know. The pirate arc. Hey, it just might be. Come on. God. Banks. Banks of Mornoth. What if I ask you politely? Yeah, what about if I ask you normally? Oh, wow. Puts it on my map. Wow. Didn't expect that to work. Yeah, we're just going to see how much this will set us back. Because Red Rory made that mod. What's it called? Come Sail Away. Where you can do something. I don't really understand how it works. I have not read the mod description. I just know I have it installed. But it involves being able to do like real-time sailing instead of just using it as fast travel. And I have a Warm Ashes mod installed that allows for naval encounters. I want to see what that's about. Ah, no, 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 not like this. Guys, no. No. When was our last save, guys? Man. I must have a mod that's like throwing some exceptions or something like that for us to get tanked like that. The quick save was right here. What? Okay. Did I quick save or did the game do that for me? That's kind of nice. All right. Banking. Ship to buy. It's not a port town somber. You have no... Man, all right. I just wanted to shop. Fine. But still, we're going to put this on our list of goals. Quests. Buy a ship. Go to a port town. Buy a ship. Because we got to go to a port town to even see what the cost would be. Very well then. Keep your secrets, you dang bank. Still don't know what's going on with the reputation. I'll see if I can figure it out. When am I streaming later this week? I don't really know, man. Let's see. Wife works tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. Probably Friday night again. I'll post it in like a community chat as I always do to let you know. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Can't believe we survived all the travesty that occurred to us so far. I need to find some clothes for us. Let's go to like what spells to buy, services, notes, quests. Let's go buy a beach episode outfit. There you go. It's official. I might do that off camera. Okay, shoot. Thanks again, everybody. I'm going to call it quits before more terrible stuff happens to us. Thanks again.